tell me about Merry Little Batman, because when I think of Batman, I think of a character that has a hard shell. So I don't necessarily associate Batman with Christmas, but how do you bring the two together?
Um, Very delicately. So, you know, um, I think, very early on, we very much wanted this to be a Christmas story, right? Not just that Christmas is a backdrop, but like a story that is about Christmas, and Christmas is very infused into all of that. And so that kind of gave us this idea of like, well, we should tell this story then through the eyes of an 8-year-old child or a young child, right? And so, well, Batman Bruce has a child, which is Damian, but he's 13. So we kind of rolled the clock back on him, made him 8, and kind of put him in that camp. And then from there, it's like, well, what does our Bruce in this world, what does he look like as a dad? Right? Because even though he is a dad in other Batman projects, you don't really explore that space so much. So we really took it and just put the lens on that and really focused on that. And so our Batman's like, he cleaned up all of Gotham, right? He lost his parents in Gotham. That's not going to happen to his son. So he's cleaned it all up. He vanquished all crime. So he could take all the energy that he used to put into Batmaning, and now he's going to put it into being a dad. And as we call it, like, he's a Batcopter dad.
It's definitely cool to see that personal side, that personal element. And obviously, when we attach different roles to different people, but to see beyond the layer, of course, is important as well. So, why do you think both comic book fans and non comic book fans are going to enjoy a story like this?
Well, we're Batman has 90 years worth of history, right? And so you have to honor that. And so we're always tethered to that source, right? At the same time, we're doing something a little bit new and unique with Batman. So we had to bend it a little bit. So it's kind of like for new people coming into the project, we wanted to build characters that had a great entry point for them, like characters that they can identify with. Like going back to Bruce, he's a father that does fist pumps with his son, right? So hopefully people like he's got a beard, like a lot of dads at home have beards. So this is like hopefully audiences at home who aren't familiar with Batman, which there's probably not many, but that they're seeing it and they're seeing some of themselves in it, right? For the diehard Batman fans, we have a lot of Easter eggs planted through all of it. We kind of touch on hallmarks of all the different Batman properties through 90 years. We even have some of the 1930s stuff in there. We got the 66 stuff. We have some, Tim Burton stuff. Like, so there's a little bit of everything in there for everybody.
And I know we all have at least one friend who will probably spot all of those if you watch it with a group of friends. So I'll definitely let him know that this movie is out so he could come see it himself and point them all out to me. But on top of that, though, as a director, I'm sure one thing that makes your job easier is having a great cast. So how did the cast bring this story to life?
Oh man, I think it's just one of the best casts I've ever worked with. I mean, all of them just fit the roles so perfectly. For us, we wanted Damien to have a lot of pathos, right? We wanted this world to feel very real, and so we wanted an actual kid to do the voice, right? And we found Jonas, who's just the embodiment of Damien. I mean, he's like Damien behind the mic, and when he's not behind the mic, he's just kind of Damien all the time. Yeah, right. He's got that really fun Spitfire energy to him naturally. James Cromwell just delivered such a great Alfred. I mean, it really tapped into that kind of grandfather aspect to it. David Hornsby with his Joker, I think it's one of the most special Jokers I've ever seen. We needed a lot of quick change ups in that with Joker, and David got us there and really understood the project. And then Luke, for I think for a lot of Batman fans, like that might be a little bit of a surprising choice, right? Like because it's not necessarily that brooding, dark type of Batman, right? But our Batman in it is a Christmas story, and our Batman's like this kind of doting father. So we needed some of that warmth, and we needed some of that comedy. We needed some of that maturity as well. And Luke brought all of that in there. And he has one of my favorite lines in the movie when Bruce calls himself Brucey. I just love that so much. When he that wasn't in the script, and Luke did that on his own. And when he called himself Brucey, we all laughed out loud. We're like, that's it. That's the character.
And well, the one thing I noticed behind you is just this wall of memorabilia. So you know I have to have the backstory.
All this. So a lot of this is my stuff from when I was a kid. I was using the skateboarding and huge into GI Joes. I got tons of Star Wars up there as well, you know. And I got a 16-1 upright arcade machine because I love all those vintage games. So yeah, it's all kind of nostalgia for me. It's each of these is kind of like a piece of memory of my childhood.
And that's great to see that, because I think when people, when they get into the to this world, it's just seeing dreams come true. And I'm sure that childhood you would probably be going crazy if he knew that he would be directing a film like this.
Yeah, he he'd probably be pretty surprised and pretty stoked. Absolutely.
And is there anything else you want people to know about this film?
I just hope, I honestly, truly hope people just enjoy it. And it's like something that they come back to every Christmas and watch, and that it's like fun for them now as kids, and it would be fun for them as adults when they share it with their kids. And, grandparents can sit down and enjoy it with kids. So we really wanted co-viewership with this. It was really important to us. So that's hopefully everybody's getting that out of it.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.